Welcome to the stream, everybody. This is Mr. Makalala, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started with today's match here. We're at Gateway Science Academy going against Blue Springs South High School. So we're gonna start up very soon today. So just stay tuned. We'll be up shortly. Alright, welcome to the stream, everybody. Today we got an exciting match. Gateway Science Academy versus Blue Springs South High School. They were the last year's state champions for Overwatch, so we'll see how we do. As you can see, we both have a 3-0 record for both sides, so this is our make it or break it match in a sense to see which one's going to lead the division. So let's go and get started and see what's going on here. So what we have here is Aromi. We have as our healer playing Mercy. We have Cypher here playing Bastion as our DPS. We have Twizzy, one of our DPSs here, using Ashe. We have another healer using Lifeweaver, Slasher 76, and then we also have Diva as our tank. So it does look like our first match. We are playing Control. So the whole point of this match here is to get the control of that large circle, and we're gonna stay within that circle and capture it for a certain amount of time and try to get the 100% capture rate. So here we have a very intense matchup going on here. We have Lucio as our healer, at the opponent healer. We have quite a few. It's kind of hard to tell from all what's going on here, but it doesn't look like Blue Springs is driving us back, unfortunately. Our tank is getting destroyed. So as of right now, as you can see, our entire team unfortunately got defeated by the enemy team. It does look like we have a Baptiste, a Genji, McCree, and also a Lucio as the other team. So as you can see right now, we're switching some characters up. We have Elisa as our tank. So what we gotta do is really try to figure out what to do to defeat the characters here. So it does look like we are focusing our tank right up in the front. We're doing our best to try to heal our tank here. Of course, we need our tank to suck up a lot of the damage. Unfortunately, we did get a defeat on that Mercy by the McCree here. So we have Twizzy here trying to make sure he's doing all the damages on the outside. So we are unfortunately getting pushed back. We're currently at 54%. For us to win, of course, we need to get 100% on our side here. So we do have somebody on the point trying to help and figure out how to capture it on our side here. We do have quite a few of our team in the circle, but unfortunately we did get defeated by all of their members somehow. So currently we had 79%. We really got to figure out how to regroup and figure out what we need to do. So this is only in the first round, so we just kind of really have to kind of gauge the strategies of the opponent team. As you can see right now, we have a tournament from our Orisa here. But here we have everybody focusing on our Orisa here. But it does look like we have our first objective failed, 0 to 100%. So we gotta figure out what to do for this next run right over here.
You need something to counter their DPS though, because if they stay on Genji and stuff, neither Ashe or Bastion is gonna do anything against that.
Does any of us know how to play May? I should play Zarya.
Violence never solved anything. It will make
Wait,
peace so
then we can
much
do like
easier.
Reaper, Tracer, we can do a lot closer range if we do Zarya.
So in this next round here, we're switching it up. We're gonna try to do a more defensive style.
Don't suppose
Like
anyone
that
is
map, dude, we
super
gotta kill
tired.
that map.
It's gonna be very intense. It can be seen in my players. You hear them now. Pretty quiet, but here we have enemy team going from the side. We're gonna try to take control of this middle point here. So as far as few seconds, it's actually not able to be controlled. So right now we're just trying to figure out our good positioning and try to make sure that we get some good picks on the enemy team. So it does look like they are really trying to do their best to try and focus our tank, and they are doing a lot of damages to that tank over here. And we're doing our best to try and get that tank, but unfortunately we weren't able to defeat them. But because our tank is defeated, we have to really fall back to make sure that all don't get destroyed. Because like I said from before, healers and DPSs are very squishy. So it looks like we did switch our tank to Ramatra here. So he's able to make a shield and protect the enemy backline from damage. But he is also able to switch his stance in order to punch the enemy team around. So it looks like we are holding up a shield, trying to do our best to try and figure out what we can do to push them back. They just really have a lot of damage. We're using a lot of our ults in order to push in through the enemy team here. We're all kind of all over the place. Our tank is doing their best to try and pick off their battle line here. We have our Cypher who's using Reaper. He's really good as a close range damage dealer, but we do have their Genji use their ultimate to kind of push us back, which is pretty successful in our play. As you can see right now, we're trying to figure out a plan. Unfortunately, I cannot hear my students because I'm not allowed to communicate with them during the match. And they also cannot hear me. But we do have their tank is kind of trying to get us from the back, kind of splitting up our team into two. So we have our two supports back here, and then we have our tanks and DPS up in the front, which successfully, unfortunately, defeated us in this first round. So let me go ahead and check in with my students here. Let's see the play of the game from Nabi as Cassidy. Did his best to try and shoot a lot of the damages. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, let's go and put our team on standby for a second.
Can we do
Alright, we're back. We're gonna go ahead and start our second round. Does look like, unfortunately, we did end up losing that first round. So I'll go ahead and update update the score here. So 1-0. So it looks like we are playing defense on Hollywood. We did have to swap out one of our characters here. So instead of Cypher, we are going to be switching out Cypher with Waffle Cooper. So let me go ahead and change the lineup here. So this is going to be So here, like I said, we have Genji, our Waffle Kubo as Genji. We have Arami as Ashe, our healer. Twizzy using Ashe again. Yeah. Baptiste as a healer. So, in this round, it does look like we're doing a hybrid match, where in this case, we have a control point, and we have to then push our escort out. So it does look like we're trying our best to try and get into that, defend our point. We don't want them to capture any part of this point whatsoever here. So using what we have here, fortunately, we did get most of our team killed. They are definitely focusing a lot of our characters. Because of this team kill, they're able to easily capture this control point. So we try and do our best to try and get back to it, but they already captured that first point. So now we had to make sure that the payload is not moving forward. So as you can see, we have Ash here taking the high ground, trying to make sure to get defeats here. One of our healers unfortunately got defeated really quickly. Does look like we are really focusing our units here. Okay, so we're getting picked off one by one. So here we have Arisa as our tank again, our enemy. So those look like what we're gonna do is gather together, because last time we weren't together. So now we're trying to do our best to try and make sure that we are not alone. In the case, unfortunately, Waffle Koopa was got picked off by the enemy team, and we're doing our best to try and make sure that everybody's healed up. So we end up putting that enemy to sleep. Unfortunately, our tank did get picked off because he was by itself and wasn't getting healed by our team. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to do our best to try and make sure our teammates are being healed. But unfortunately, they're doing way too much damage and focus firing our team. So unfortunately, they have already reached the second checkpoint in this hybrid match. So here we have our team just trying to regroup and make sure. But unfortunately, our Genji just got sniped. So here we have Genji up top. Here we at the very last checkpoint of Hollywood here. This, as you can see, the payload is coming around the corner. We're doing our best to try and make sure that we are not being killed by the other enemy team. And here we have Genji, unfortunately, trying to go from the back, trying to kill the other opponents, but he was able to get one of them. But here we have Twizy trying to come from the back, trying to surprise the enemy team, and did get the Genji here. We got another one. We got the Kiriko. So now they have two less units that are pushing that payload here, and we're trying our best to try to make sure that we are pushing back that payload. Here we have. So it does look like the enemy Genji did have their ultimate Nano Blade, was able to defeat many of our units. Unfortunately, I do think that's very good on the opponent's part, because as you can see, nobody is now able to defend that last checkpoint here. So the payload is really just taking its time to just push in. Here we have Love Kindles using Diva, our tank. And we're trying our best to try and make sure that that car doesn't go into that yellow rectangle here. It does look like this Genji is really doing so much damage to our enemy team. And they're really figuring out ways to pick off our members. We're really trying our best to try and make sure it doesn't reach that VIP square, but it does look like our tank, unfortunately, is now out of their suit, and we got another team kill on our side, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it's a wrap.
So now it's our turn to try and push the payload forward.
Switching sides.
How could we fail?
What if they run off without us?
So this is gonna be
Don't worry.
the second part
I have a
of
plan
that
for
second
that.
round. So here, now we're the ones attacking.
We're
When it's
playing
attacking,
by
we have to take that control and then push a payload to the enemy team.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing.
So now we're gonna go ahead and start our attack here. So we have the same units as last time. Jericho, we have Orisa being used. We try our best to try and make sure that we are going against the enemy team here, trying to make sure to pick off as many as we can. Does look like a lot of people are getting damaged, and they really just focus off that Jericho that was just sitting
They're
there.
like targeting like act line.
Our Waffle Koopa, our DPS, also got defeated as well. So we got to figure out how we can focus on the enemy team, because it doesn't look like they're doing a great job at focusing our teammates. And that Tuzi just got headshotted by the enemy team. So, unfortunately, we are now on the back foot. They are at our doorstep, our spawn point, and this is typically the time where we need to figure out a way to get out of that spawn point.
The soldiers, split up, yo, focus soldiers,
So
focus
what they're gonna
soldiers.
do is they're gonna try to focus on the enemy team right here.
He knew! Oh my god.
I have you.
That ass, dude.
So what we have right here is a very big standoff. If even just one character, unfortunately, we did have our Widowmaker unfortunately get defeated. But as you can see right here, it's not enough. And we are definitely on the back foot.
Alright, I'm using tree here.
Life protects life. Meet your fate.
Ooh, we did get Waffle Koopa sniping one of the opponent characters, so they have one less unit available for them to defend that capture point. We're able to defeat many of their characters, therefore capturing this point. So it does look like we are back on track and being able to push this point. Now we have to escort the payload. So we have 3 minutes and 52 seconds in order for us to get this payload all the way up to the end point. So we're gonna try our best to try and make sure that we get that checkpoint and defeat as many of the other units as possible here. So we have Twizzy in the back trying to snipe the enemy characters. They are kind of far, so having a long range character would be beneficial in order to defeat these enemies. We have Slasher here using Moira to try and heal our team here.
Look at that.
And they have Waffle Koopa trying to snipe. So we did have the ultimate of the Sigma use, which definitely defeated all of our characters. That Soldier 76 used their ultimate to defeat as many of our characters as possible, so we unfortunately got another team kill on our side. Now, we need to figure out some way to get back into that car and escort that payload. But it does look like a lot of our damage dealers are getting picked off one by one. So here we have Kiriko trying to get that tank. So we did get one of our DPSs down. So now we're trying our best to try and pick off some more. As you can see, 5v4 is always more beneficial in this type of game. We were able to get one of their healers now, so it's only a 5v3 now, but unfortunately that Kiriko was able to get defeated here. But we did get two more, so as you can see right now we have 2 against 3 at this point here. We have Widowmaker trying to do her best to try and snipe from behind, but unfortunately, they weren't able to get that done.
I'm not ready to ride into the sun.
So when now we are regrouping, making sure that we are
Must get it moving again.
together.
Alright.
So here it looks like we're going from the right side of the map. We have this Moira here trying their best to try and make sure to keep that tank alive, using its healing orbs. Kiriko is there as well trying to keep it, but unfortunately we did get our Waffle people defeated. We did get one of their supports. Unfortunately, some more of our people got defeated as well. So we have our tank trying to make sure that he's keeping himself alive. Kiriko using their movement ability to try and get into safety here. But as of right now, we are halfway through that first checkpoint.
Appreciate it. Carried on the wind. We need to move the payload.
As well, I can see they are a difficult team to defeat, and we have this. We were able to defeat the Genji, which is very good for us. But unfortunately, one of our healers is down, and our Ramatra here is also down. Ramatra is actually alive here, but is about to be defeated. But our Moira used her ultimate to try and heal and also deal damage to the enemy opponent here. As you can see, it was not enough. We were trying to keep ourselves on that point. We only have 10 seconds left.
To be heard.
So that is the second round out of
We're
4.
gonna have to go back. Some mortals are crazy, dude. They got the mortal so crazy.
And this is the play of the game.
Of the game.
This is the Junker Queen. Get on a tank.
Pick up your plate, you trombos.
And plus he's on like constant.
I'll go ahead and put us on standby for a second. Alright, everybody, we're gonna go ahead and start our third match out of 5. So now, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we still have the same roster. Let's change our score.
We will have peace at any cost.
Accidentally
You
put
sure
the
you
score
want me
for
keeping you alive?
our team, but we're actually on the back
A
foot this
helpful
time.
human
So we
would
have
certainly be a
2
welcome change of pace.
for Blue Springs South High School, and then now we have unfortunately 0 for
For the moment, we
our
have
team
a
next.
common purpose. Let's focus on that.
So let's go ahead and take a look. So we have Matcha as our tank, Arami as Anna. We have Waffle Kupo as Torbjorn. He's actually fairly new to our team, but he's the one that's really good at defensive movement. And then we have Twizzy as Ash once more.
Stop the payload.
So what their job here is to stop the payload. So just like the second part of that first part here, we need to make sure that the payload doesn't get up into our part of the map as much as possible here. It does look like we do have Baptiste here, trying to make sure we heal up our opponent, our team right here, and make sure that we aren't being defeated. But unfortunately, they are focusing our damage dealers very well. It does look like we do have everybody being defeated and picked off one by one. So we gotta figure out a plan to defend this point right here. So it does look like we have the high ground at this point. But unfortunately got sniped right from the far end of the map somehow. But whoever is using this Widowmaker on the opponent team is really has such a really good aim, is picking off our units very quickly, and we're doing our best to try and make sure that we are defending, but unfortunately we are nowhere close to the car. The opponent team is really doing their best at pushing us out of the
Let's get you all better.
pushing us out of the opponent of the payload. And as you can see, we have our army here, or sorry, /76 trying to heal up all of our characters here, and we are trying to focus the enemy team. We were able to snipe their enemy sniper, Widowmaker, so it does look like we actually are really close to that payload here. So now it's our job to try and make sure that we keep that payload from going any closer to our side. So it is halfway through the map so far. As long as we are close to the map, to the payload, it is going to go a little bit slower. But we do have a tank Sigma just kind of going around, trying to use a shield to deter some of the madness. But then the Kiriko did end up using their ultimate to try and make sure we get some defeats. But it did get the enemy tank. We did spend a lot of time trying to focus it. It took so long that the other enemy team were able to do a lot of damage to us. But now we're at the third checkpoint here. We have to really defend it. We don't want it to go through this corridor here, or else, unfortunately, we will get defeated. So here, we have Ash, just trying their best to try and get some damage in. We were able to get the Kiriko, which is their support, from the outside, and we were able to get the Widowmaker, so using his aim and sniping skills to get the damage, because they are kind of all over the place. So they are really spreading themselves out pretty thin, but it does look like they have already regrouped. We're trying our best to try and make sure that we get some more other enemy units. We have Matthews here just healing our units. We have our Orisa using ultimate, did get them a McCree here. We have Baptiste, really trying to make sure that we're getting heals on our team here. But it looks like unfortunately we did get one of our units defeated, the Junkrat. Anna, of course, healing is one of our healers. Too Easy's getting damaged by that tank there, doing a lot of damage because that opponent Sigma actually has like AoE damage, area effect damage. So even if you don't directly hit, it still does some damage here. So we do have Twizy using the ultimate, and Kiriko using their ultimate on the opponent's side, making them attack a lot faster. And we have Waffle Google here. Unfortunately, got stunned by that Sigma. And then we have, of course, some more heals coming out. We have Love Kindles up in the front, really trying to defeat the enemy team, but he was getting focused by the team. So we did get a triple kill, so we do have some time to actually push back that payload. So it does look like we have some ults coming in. The Kiriko here is like in the back. We're trying to figure out a way to defeat her, but she does have a ability that can let her dash to any ally that she has.
Hold this corner, don't do vegan. Hold this corner.
So we're definitely on the back foot here. We need to figure out some way to pick them off. Does look like we are waiting for the opponent team to kind of regroup. Right now, all of us are together, and we have Junkrat here. in the side here, trying to see if they can trap somebody. We do have Junkrat trying to get them from the trying to get a jump on them, but it does look like they are coming from the actual back of our team, which is something that I guess they were predicting. It's better to come from the flank than from the front.
Dude, that does so much damage, bro. I got ult.
So unfortunately, 3 of our units have been defeated. Here's the score so far, but the enemy team does have a lot of kills on their end. We have Arami trying to do her best to try and defeat that unit, but we're really just doing a very pushing play to try and get, you know, all the enemy team defeated, but there's too much damage coming out, and we're just lambs to the slaughter in a sense. One person trying to stop that payload going, but we only had 40 seconds left. So round 1 is now complete.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
You do like Ana Kiriko?
That would be pretty good.
Can we do Reinhardt then?
Yeah.
So right now we're just trying to figure out what to do. We're trying to figure out what type of comp we're gonna use. Waffle Kupo is sticking with the Junkrat. Here we have
Reinhardt then.
our tank, Love Kindles, is actually going to be using a different tank. I haven't seen him use Reinhardt. This guy is a close range damager. He's able to hold up a big old shield and shoot a fireball basically from his hammer.
I'm in charge. Don't forget that.
And Twizy using Ashe once more. We have Slasher using
5, 4,
using Baptiste.
2, 1. Attack.
And here we are, we're starting. So we're gonna go ahead and
Escort.
try to escort this
Dipped up shape.
payload. We already have Twizy being defeated. And we have Baptiste healing from the back. We are not getting a lot of damage out though. He's definitely getting healed, but in terms of defeating the enemy team, we're not getting any damage out whatsoever. Our tank is unfortunately defeated. Our Ashe is also defeated once more.
I don't think that piece is gonna work here, am I not?
Let's get back in the saddle.
You are completely healed.
Let's do Diva. I can go Kiriko.
So at this point, we've been trying to figure out some direct comps here. We have the Diva as our tank, trying to figure out a way to go push through, but that Widowmaker on the enemy team is really just picking off a lot of our units. As you can see, we have our Diva in the thick of it, trying to defeat some of the enemy characters, but as you can see, yeah, that big shield protecting all the enemy team, and we're trying to figure a way to push through. So we're trying to just slowly damage enemy team, forcing them to fall back, and it does look like we are being a little bit successful, you know, making them fall back a little bit, but they still are able to take some picks off some of our units. So we have Twizy defeating one of our snipers, trading blows. But as you can see, Diva here is close to being defeated. As you can see that she did have to eject her robot.
We're outnumbered. Thank you.
Single ulting is crazy.
This sounds like student said, this is very crazy. Just a little background, the tank in the other team is actually a very high level unit. So as you can see, there's a leitmotif is actually one of the top tanks in Overwatch, even in just in the high school team. So here we are trying to push in from the back. We have Wafukupo here using Genji once more, trying to come from behind, trying to snipe up one of those characters here. Almost defeated that Baptiste, but we do have Ash here just trying to snipe on a team.
That was a good run. That was a good run.
The breeze brings the payload stuck. Get it moving.
Bro, Widow just tried to hit a 360, bro.
It's like obviously like they're like playing toxic as hell, but they're not trying to be toxic.
So in this match we have about 20 seconds left. Trying to escort this payload all the way from the end. I don't believe we will have enough time. Although it's possible that if we do have Gura on the payload, we can actually get it to overtime. But it does look like Akiriko got stuck. But it does look like, unfortunately, we lost this match today against Blue Springs High School. Let's just watch this last one here. Thanks for watching, everybody. And that is a wrap for this match here. Next week we'll have another match against, I believe, Grain High School. So stay tuned and watch our stream for the next